Fauzan, let's
Yeah,
start with a Chelsea riddle. All right. Okay, let
mm,
me give you one. Let me give you one. What is the difference between Chelsea and EPL season?
Chelsea and EPL season. I don't know, man.
The EPL season lasts longer. The difference between a Chelsea manager and an EPL season. That's what the question should have been.
Yeah, that's why. Like, Chelsea's still here,
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
yeah. As you can see from the covers, you know roughly what we're going to talk about. But before we get into that, Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to the first podcast of the year. Okay, and this is interesting because the game week isn't even over yet, but we are back with another set of tips because the deadline is going to be 3rd Jan, okay, which is actually really, really soon on Saturday, in a couple more days, and the next set of games will actually follow. Okay, but what a run of games this week, but we'll talk about that a bit later because we got to jump straight into this. Okay, first big news.
Wow. This was a shocker. I kind of heard it in the news like yesterday, but I didn't really thought it was just another set of rumors. They actually sacked him, lah, Fauzan. What do you think, man?
I didn't consider him to be someone to be checked immediately. Lah. I think he should have given more time.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, if we look, if
it's like a knee-jerk reaction, It's like immediately blame the manager and then just yeah,
yeah, I mean, some managers can turn it around very, very quickly, isn't it? Some takes a
yeah.
bit of time to turn things around. But
Mm,
sitting fifth in the Premier League,
yeah.
after half a season. I mean, check out the infographic on the left. I mean, he has a win rate of 61.1%. That should be pretty outstanding, right?
Compared to the others, okay, with
Mm,
right now basically at 61.1 as fixed on the table, actually has
right.
a lot of potential to go further if he has a bit more opportunity to really mess around with the players a little bit more.
Mm.
Yeah, but
I
now
guess,
he's basically denied the option. Like, you look at Manu's managers, I think even they were given much more opportunities than him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Man United's manager, so they could have easily sacked him
yeah.
early on, but I do not know whether
Mhm.
it's because of finances. That's why he is still in the job, although not perfect, but he has turned things around, right? So, like, wow. I mean, there's is Chelsea seems to be very, very ruthless. I think because of the investments that they have made.
Yeah,
Oh, but this
they
is
drew. They haven't won in the last 4 games.
yeah.
Hmm.
Do we have the data about I think the next one.
The next one, this one.
There the
Hmm.
last 10 of their results. I mean, they lost to Aston Villa. Almost everybody lost to Aston Villa, kind of.
Lost to
Newcastle
Atalanta.
was a
That's interesting.
draw. Mm. I mean, you can always depend on Everton for a win. Um, Bournemouth was a draw. I think Leeds was that shocker, that 1-3 that they lost.
Yeah.
Although Leeds played very well, but I think maybe it's against Chelsea, and Chelsea was expected to win. A draw against Arsenal is not so bad.
Yeah.
A win against Barcelona.
Yeah, that was
So
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, despite few of losses here and there, I mean they were not in a really bad run of form, right? That was what that surprised me totally. Every team will have a little bit of a dip here and there. Even Man City does that, but Pep
Mhm.
always gets them out of it. But wow, this is this is a big shocker. And look at the comments on the site. They won a success in the UEFA Conference League, FIFA Club World Cup, best club in the world, and they part ways after in mid season. So wow, I don't think this is good for the game, like, if you ask me. If there's any Chelsea fans out there, it is quite shocking. It's not easy to manage a team of so many stars, but well, I guess this is what it is.
Yeah, but who's in the running to take over?
I'm sure they must have one or two in mind. Otherwise, they
That's
won't
why.
just let him go. I
Mm.
heard Rezano or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not too
Liam
familiar with him.
Rezano is the Strasbourg manager. Liam Rezano will be the early favorite to replace him, according to
Right.
Sky Sports. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Mm.
read as well. But I do not know much of Liam.
Mm. I mean, what was brought up was that relations have been strained between them and some of the key figures. He missed his post-match conference and everything. So he claimed that many people at the club were not supporting him and not supporting the team. So he says that the days leading up to the 2-0 victory over Everton were the worst 48 hours of his life.
Right,
So
right.
looking at all these things, you can tell that there's a lot of things going on in the undercurrents that we may not see, that goes beyond the results. And I think
Yeah,
we know this, in any line also, it's not so much the results, but it's your relations with the people. Mm.
yeah, yeah. I
When
think
they
it
like,
must be looking at the results. It's not so bad. So
yeah,
I mean, it's like what you mentioned correctly. Probably put there must be something behind the scenes. Not happy with the owner, or if he spoke his mind or something like that, and maybe he's not in line with the vision of the club. So yeah, I mean it's a pity. He I think he did well coming from the championship from Leicester, if I'm not mistaken. Taking a team like Chelsea, where many other bigger managers would have faltered. I think he has done well. I mean, unfortunate. Maybe it's maybe Man United might want to look at him in the future.
it has other problems, But yeah, okay. Might it'll be interesting to see basically how Chelsea does
Yeah.
with a manager in mid-season.
Yeah, especially with Man City this weekend. So all those FPL
Exactly.
managers, they're playing Man City this weekend. So, is it a boon or a bane? Your Chelsea players, well, it just remains to be seen.
Right. So, in other transfer news, we talked about Semenyo's move already. Well, they've already we already knew that he was on his way to Man City, and
Yep.
considering basically how Pep is going to experiment and rotate. So, even if you had Semenyo before and he comes into the Man City team, you might wonder whether or not he has a nail-on position.
Yeah. Yeah. And those of you who want to have four Man City players, I think this is a great time to go and pick up Semenyo and place him in your team.
Mm,
So I don't think Man City will be in any pressure to start him because he only cost 65 million, and in their terms, that is cheap as compared to the other players that they have brought in. So I don't think they will have that pressure to start him ahead of many others that are playing well, like Cherki, Foden, Doku. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he will play, unless he's taking over the likes of Bernardo Silva or anyone like that. But yeah, I'm surprised that he chose Man City. But I think the money is good, and it's definitely a club where he will win trophies.
yeah.
So, but for FPL managers, yeah, get him early if you want to have four Man City players, or just wait and see what happens.
What I hope is you actually get to play lah. Unlike what we were
Yeah.
talking about last week, where Isak transfer and then all the hype, and then in the end, unfortunate injury, now cannot play. So we shall see. So sometimes when you jump to a big club, you may not be able to perform.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
The style
See
of
whether you
play.
can handle
Y-
pressure.
Yeah, you become from the main man to to
Yeah.
someone at the side. And the
Mm.
other one, Brendan Johnson, right?
Hey, well,
From
you haven't talked about that guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Poor
Mm.
guy, man. Johnson from Tottenham to Palace, very close. We heard that the medical is due in the next 24 hours. But there are other clubs that are chasing. One of them is Everton. Bournemouth, after hearing the deal, are trying to get in talks with his agent. So nothing confirmed. He's still deciding where to go, but rumors have it that he's due for a medical in the next 24 hours to Crystal Palace. So a good choice for this one. Is he in midfield or is he an attacker? I'm not sure where he's stationed in FPL. But yeah, he must be quite cheap, and if he goes to Crystal Palace, he might be a good yeah, a good filler for the second half of the season.
Interesting, no? See whether or not he gets a nail on place
Mm,
immediately. But
yep.
clubs that are trying to experiment with the lineup might get him. Let's see. Let's see what's his worth actually at the moment.
Mm, that would be interesting. Johnson, Tottenham. Midfield, attacker,
Midfield. He's
midfield.
already he's already in.
He's already
Uh,
in.
no.
Oh,
As in
he's
right now he's still
in.
in Spurs. He's still under
Yes,
Spurs.
Spurs. That's right.
In the midfield. At
Right.
6.5.
6.5. Good price.
Mm.
Good price. I think
Wow.
if he plays for Crystal Palace, it's definitely he should be a nail-on starter if he's fit.
Mm.
At 6.5, I think it's a good yeah.
But he only got
Like
one
in the
point
likes
for
of
the past 3 games.
Wilson, yeah, in the likes of Wilson, you can have him as a differential as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but let's wait and see who he chooses.
Yeah. Again, like I said, he has 1 point for the past 3 games. But then again, that's
Yeah,
also
he's
partly
never
because he's
played.
playing for
Yeah,
Spurs.
never played. Yeah, he's not ever played. No.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, this one, the man of 1 or 2 seasons ago,
Yeah,
Pascal, right?
Pascal Gross. He's back.
Mm.
This one is confirmed. He's back.
Mm.
Um, back to Brighton. And he's at 6. So another very interesting option for you guys. To
Mm.
bring him in. He should be a starter after 1 or 2 games. Depending on how short Brighton is. But yeah, he knows the club. He knows the team. He knows the manager. So yeah, I think this would be very, very interesting and one to definitely look out for. At 6, it's a very, very good filler.
Yes, and in previous seasons, he has been a very effective points. He's been getting points for the club and
Yep.
points for the FPL managers. A
Yep.
lot of us had him. I think, especially 2 seasons ago. Amazing. Okay, so let's see whether he's gonna actually make an impact. Yeah, we miss Pio lah, because by now he
Oh
probably
yeah, we
asked.
forgot to. That's right.
He
I
will
know he will ask
either
for what?
no he will say something contentious which will make us attack him.
Tag him, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
attack
yeah.
him.
I think we asked for it. That's
Yeah,
right.
he is like the combination between Jamie Carragher and Michael Richards in the UCL. But that will make you Thierry Henry, and that would make me Kate. Oh man.
Okay.
Okay lah, we
I,
miss his humor lah. We hope to have him back soon. Unavailable today. Okay, moving
yeah.
on. Talking about other transfer news. Man U is actually targeting Mateta because Sesko is not really performing very well up there. Yeah, we need a nail-on striker, and Cunha has also been playing, as we talked about, has been playing slightly different, a more providing role than out and out.
Mm.
So will this be a good choice? I mean, if a lot of us already have or considering Mateta, there's a big consideration there to have him in menu.
My contentious statement would be that are you replacing Sesko with another Sesko? Um, I mean Mateta's record isn't that great this season. He did well last season, but this season a lot of us have thrown him out of the team. Will he do better in a menu team? I don't know. I don't know. Sesko actually looked quite lively in the previous game against Wolves. Some of his shots went wide. So I don't know. Maybe he just need a run of games. But Mateta, is that a solution?
Mm, it's hard. It's hard to say.
Mm,
It's hard to say. So, but we shall see. Maybe he will be inspired. by a different set of players that's coming in.
Right.
How about the Man
Right.
City winger, Oscar Bob?
Yeah, this is a surprise to me because he is in and out of the Man City team, and whenever he is in, he's quite lively. Another youngster that Man City is trying to get rid of, at around 20 million with Premier League experience. I think that is a steal. Um, Wonder why they are offering it to Newcastle United. Must be a backstory there. But does Newcastle United actually need another winger?
I don't
They
think they
have
need another. It's more of Man City getting rid of the player rather than Newcastle actually looking for another player. Newcastle,
right.
did Newcastle's talk about interest to it?
I'm not sure what's the backstory, but I mean
Hmm.
they have like Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, even Harvey Barnes, such a great player, is only on their bench. So not sure whether he will be getting first team, you know,
Hmm.
first team place there. They have the other
Yeah,
guy. What was the other guy's name? Also
Ilanga,
quite a
Ilanga.
yeah, yes, Ilanga. Ilanga is not really broke into that team.
Hmm.
They have that no, Jolinton plays in the center. Who's the other winger on the right hand side? Um, Also quite cheap in the EPL. But I think they are blessed with good midfielders, Newcastle. So not sure where Oscar Bob is going to fit if he goes into Newcastle. Maybe our dear friend Ben can tell us if he's actually maybe Ben type in
Hmm.
something in the comment. Ben is a Newcastle fan, so maybe he knows a little bit more. But it's an interesting news. Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumors that Oscar Bob is on his way out of Man City.
Gonna be replacing Mares, right? Bruno.
No, how
The
can that
nailed on
be?
captain already, right?
Come on,
No,
Guimaraes.
no,
10
no,
points, man. 10 points this week.
Tonali, Joe Linton and Tonali. Okay.
Tonali is another amazing player.
But it needs the right management. We shall see how it goes. Okay, we're moving on. This is oh man, this is this week's wrap up. So
Ah,
yeah, the
okay.
game week is not over, but
But
what a
yeah.
surprise!
Okay, I'm giving up on Cunha. That's it. I mean, that's it. I don't care what Pio says. I don't care what is his feeling in his right ball or whatever it is. Okay. That's it for me. More than once, like I say, once bitten, twice shy, three, four, five times. I think that is it. So that's it for me, Cunha. Bye bye. I don't care what fixtures he's facing. He is just not consistent enough for me to be kept in the team at that price. So money for me, money well spent somewhere else. And he was the most transferred in player of game week 19. And 7.32%. I think one of them was pure captain him versus Wolves, expecting great things, but ended up with nothing. Um, and because of Rice's injury last minute, I heard. So I switched Rice out and put Timber in. And most very, very fortunately, he gave 9 points. And he got substitute out before Arsenal actually conceded. So he got a clean sheet. So Timber owners like myself, who
Hmm.
kept him, yeah, we got the 9 points.
Dennis Rodman did well there. Okay, but we're still waiting on Erling Haaland and Ekitike because they are
Playing
no,
tonight, I think.
yeah, tonight, tomorrow, right? Oh, tonight,
One
yes,
thirty
tonight,
lah.
tonight,
One
tonight.
thirty. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We shall see how they do. Okay, let's look at this week's most transferred in. We have Gabriel Rogers, even though like yeah, they didn't win against Arsenal, but Rogers is still among the top transfer in. Tarkowski after the haul of points. Then same thing with Bruno, who also managed a double digit 10. And Turkey. Turkey, I think, is still hopeful. We don't know to see how he performs tonight. See whether or not it's actually a consistent thing. Anything you want to say about it?
Um, I think we can see, like Gabriel, I'm very surprised that there's a lot of transfers in this week. But maybe looking at the next slide, we might be able to realize why. So yeah, so there you go. 15 points. His header was a funny one. He headed onto the defender and it went onto his leg, and it he got a final touch before he went in. So the goal was his
It was a
against
goal lah.
Aston Villa. Yeah, and yeah, he could have gotten more points if they have actually kept a clean sheet. But I think 15 points is quite massive. And game week 1 to game week 19 or game week 20, the total points, these are your top five defenders, okay, for the first half of the season. So as promised, we are doing a bit of a review. So top five defenders for the first half of the season, you have Gabriel, Timber, Shaloba, Guehi, and Tarkowski. So that's why you see people are bringing in Tarkowski. Everton, although they are not scoring, they are also not conceding.
The
Um,
keeper also getting
so
points.
yeah, so yeah, it's either Tarkowski or Keane, but Keane has been injured. So yeah, Tarkowski is the man, certain starter and captain of the club. I won't be bringing him in because I don't want to jinx it. So I won't touch any Everton players. But for the rest, if you're going to use your wild card or look at the defenders you need to bring in, I think these four defenders are the ones that you need to bring in.
Okay, fair enough. This is another one. 1% ownership.
Yeah, James Garner had a wonderful game against Nottingham Forest. Everyone expected Everton to lose. So did I. But they ended up 2-0 winners away from home. And he scored one and he assisted one. And at 5.0, he has made his way up there to the top few midfielders. So there are few budget midfielders that you can look at. So his points, overall points, are even higher than Wilson at this point in time. So, doing our first half review of the entire season, your top few midfielders are as such. Semenyo is right at the top with 113 points. Um, Good to get him, depending on where he's going. He could continue his form. Declan Rice is injured, but he has 102 points for a defensive midfielder. That's the one. Fernandez is also up there. Can only imagine what his points would have been like if he managed to have played the last 2 or 3 games. But now he's out injured. Bruno Guimaraes is at 96. Rogers is at 93. Foden is at 93, and so on. So, if you ask me, after the first half review, these are the midfielders that you need to look at. My advice is not to chase the one timers. These are the consistent players that you need to have in your team. So, out of five, you should have at least most of them in your team.
If you consider Garner, then I think you should be able to fit into your team.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. This is your forwards.
Yep, this is the forwards, and those are the few lah. Top few again. Game week 1 to 19. Haaland, if you still haven't have him, I don't know where you have been. Thiago mostly sold, but consistently he has given points. He's the main striker for Brentford, 89 points. That's the next highest. So I wouldn't be selling him anytime soon. This is just proof of his ability. Ekitike in and out of the team, but already scoring 82 points, and he's the main man for Liverpool at this time.
Now that Isak
So
is out. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So if you ask me who are the top three people that you need to have as your strikers, you'll be Haaland, Thiago, and Ekitike. The rest would be
Our
differentials.
favorite. Our favorite, João Pedro.
Ah, yes. Yep. So if
Yeah,
you want to
but
hold him long
again,
term, he's there. Lah. Yeah,
yeah, but again, he's Chelsea, so we don't know how they are going to perform. Especially now they
exactly.
parted with their manager, so maybe
Uh,
we want to wait a couple of games before we look at Chelsea players to form the bulk of the team. Calvert Lewin
That's
is
right.
still making waves.
Yeah.
Um,
And he
yeah,
started late, and he started
yeah,
late. Yeah,
but he already made it up to this point already. So yeah,
right.
this is another good differential to have,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
considering the price. his
Yeah, he
asking
can be
price
an
is
and
well.
if you want expensive midfielders, he can be an enabler or expensive defenders.
Mm, yeah, and will be useful as a bench boost, even if it's not in your team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
That's true.
okay, moving on. These are the players that are transferred out. Rice and Cucurella for obvious reasons. Then Chaluba is out.
Yeah, I'm
Timber as
amazed with
well.
that. Chaluba
Yeah,
and Timber, you saw that they are in the top five defenders.
yeah, and they have
Top five the
points. Yeah.
defenders of the. Yeah, the problem I think people are chasing games lah, not chasing players. They are chasing the fixtures.
Mm,
And this leads to like chasing the tail. You know what I mean? Buy this week, sell next week, and this kind of thing. But overall, if you notice that if you just hold them, they may have one or two bad game weeks, but overall, um, for the next half of the season, they should be in the top half as well.
So in other words, you are treating the FPL players like the shares instead of buying the players that rock up and down really quickly to get the quick wins.
Yeah, yeah,
To get
yeah.
the short term buff, you do like the S&P 500 and you sit there
Yeah,
and you
maybe
hold
the blue chips lah.
CPF.
Maybe the blue
Yeah.
chips are long term lah. Long term.
Oh,
Looking at the long term, because in the end, it's the total points that matter, not the weekly points. Unless you chasing for weekly champs or but in the
mm.
end, the total points is the one that matter that brings you up the table.
So it's
So that's what I
consistency
feel lah.
with one or two wild cards.
That's right. That's
Mm.
right.
Okay. So looking at the teams,
Wait, which one is mine now? Okay, mine is on the right hand side. So nothing much changed, but as you can see, mine is on the right hand side. I have kicked Cunha out of my team. Um, Slap me if I buy him again. All right, unless he starts to perform lah.
you're holding on
And
to
I
Rice.
yes, because I've got one change, and I changed Cunha out, and I put Semenyo in.
Mm.
Because he's the top midfielder. So I think he will come good either way. So I'm looking at the stats and just keeping him in. So just like you see my defense also, I have Guehi, Chaloba, Timber. Again, these are the three that is in the top five of the defenders. And then my midfielders, I got Rogers, Bruno, Foden, Semenyo. I used to have Bruno Fernandes, but he's of course injured. So again, top few midfielders in my midfield. And at the top, I've got the top three strikers as mentioned just now: Ekitike, Thiago, and Haaland. So pretty set with this, despite one or two ups and downs. On the left hand side is Pio's team. I think he has not made any change. He um, very grateful to him for sharing his team despite him not being here. But he has said he has not made any
Birthday
change.
today.
So he would. Sorry.
Birthday.
Oh
Today is
yeah,
birthday
that's
boy.
Pio's birthday today. Happy birthday, Pio. That's right. How can I
Mm.
forget?
Yeah.
So yep, maybe you can follow his team and get the birthday luck into yours.
Okay. This is mine. I also have not changed then my team, but this is horrific points so far. Waiting for Haaland's contributions, but looking to change some of the players. Considering I'm not sure whether I want to hold on to Rice. I might hold on to Rice, change Henderson out for somebody. Foden is also a question mark. Actually, this is before I change. I think now I have Turkey in.
Oh, you brought in Chucky.
Yeah, I brought in Turkey.
This was
Uh,
your
I
last week's team, I think.
yeah, I took out Foden, brought in Turkey. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, and then I took out Thiago and brought in Ekitike. Not sure whether that is a good move yet. It's a gamble lah.
Ah, you kept you
Mm.
kept you kept Walter. Oh, okay. You
Yeah, I
you
kept
you kept
Watermother.
your Newcastle. Hmm.
Yes, I kept Watermother and Bruno, the only people who actually gave me decent points.
Mm.
But we shall see because Man City and Liverpool games coming up. Yep. So essentially, that's it. Uh, yeah. Now that the chips have been reset, might consider within the next few weeks to do another major restructuring.
Yeah, I would probably wait I will probably wait until the transfer window almost closes.
Correct.
You get new players coming in, so I won't use my wildcard too early. So hang in there until the transfer windows is going to close. I think it's in early Feb, second or third Feb. The transfer window will close, and then we can use the wildcard. I think that would be the best advice.
Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And game week 20 tip, remember, chase the player, not the fixture. That is the best thing I have learned from the first half of the season.
The only difference between this and the real stock market is that the blue chips are quite clear in the stock market, whereas in FPL, the so-called your blue chip players are not so clear until maybe about at least 10 game weeks in, 11 game weeks
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
By then, if you have them, you're already at the top of the league. If you don't have them, you'll be playing catch up until the end of the season and just hoping to
yeah.
win the cups.
That's why the game week 1 to 19 review is helpful lah. You can see who is up there lah. So do you get a second half of the season to do something about it.
All right. So we have crossed the 30-minute mark.
Oh my
I hope
goodness,
that
it's longer without PO. How is that possible?
I think we can't wait for it to end. But okay, in any case, we hope that you have a good game week, and we hope that whoever who has Man City and Liverpool players, that you'll get a lot more points this tonight lah, later after the game, and we hope that the second half of the season will be better for everyone. All right,
Okay.
all right, take care,
All right.
adios, and again, happy New Year.
Peace.